Hey everyone, it's Mike from Destinations to Travel coming to you live today from Disney's Animal Kingdom. And I am not alone. I have Paul with me. Hey Paul,
How's it going, everybody? How's it going, Mike?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's Friday and can't complain, right? And it was warm all week, and all of a sudden the rain hit and it got cold here. So it's a nice welcome change, but it was a drastic change for sure.
I would definitely welcome some rain followed by some cooler weather. That would be nice because we are looking at like I think a high of 93 today with a real
Woo,
feel around 100. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. And then of course we're in Shannon's favorite park here,
of
where it is
course.
always 20 degrees warmer than the rest of Walt Disney World. So
Yeah, let's just hope it doesn't rain during this walk, but
right, right, right.
we could always welcome some Florida rain later on.
Well, we can't really see too much of the sky right now, but it is a beautiful day here. So hopefully we should be okay for the next hour or so.
Yeah,
So
it looks like a nice
normally,
day so far.
oh yeah, definitely. Normally, I would start a video from Animal Kingdom up in the middle of the park, looking up at the Tree of Life. But I wanted to start back here towards the entrance and kind of give a look at some of the details here that we tend to just blow right past as we were making our way into the park. And there's a lot of animal habitats out here, so we can see. We had a look at those swans just a second ago. Hi, Patrick.
What's going on, Patrick? Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that because I normally travel to the parks with kids, and it's kind of a once we get into the parks, it's a go 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 type thing, and it's funny how we can miss so much of the details, and you're constantly looking on the path, and not looking to the left or right or above, and Animal Kingdom has so much detail to that can be easily missed for sure.
Right, yeah, and you said because you're usually traveling with kids. I'm usually traveling with just one kid, and it's me. And so I am usually also just kind of rushing from one thing to another and blowing past all these details. Like I've never met this rhinoceros iguana over here before.
Nice.
So these are the kinds of things that you miss when you're just kind of rushing into the park. And there's a lot to see. Like, there's actually a few other habitats right over here. Let's see if we can get a look.
Yeah,
Looks like it's feeding time.
especially when you're trying to get to Rope Drop and then get to Pandora or the Flight of Passage, and we tend to skip by this pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, granted, it's still worth rushing over to Flight of Passage because it's an incredible attraction. But
Oh, no doubt,
uh,
no doubt,
but
no
there's
doubt.
a lot to see and enjoy about this park. For example, I don't think I've ever walked over here this way. I don't even know if there's anything over here, but we're gonna take a walk.
Sounds good.
Let's see who else do we have. Hi, Randy. Hi, Steven. Hi, Patty. Thanks everyone for joining us on a walk around Animal Kingdom today. Just some more beautiful views over here around this corner. And then, of course, the other great thing about this entrance here is the reveal of the Tree of Life, which is one of the most stunning park icons
Oh
Walt Disney World
yeah,
has to offer.
I love how pretty much at every park you have a corner to turn, and then you see the park icon. This one's really fantastic, actually.
Yeah,
One of my
absolutely.
favorites.
By the way, you can see a lot of guests without face coverings. Face coverings are not required outdoors right now. They are still required inside shops and attractions and the queues for attractions. So keep that in mind.
Nice. How are the crowd levels so far? I mean, just based off of this, it doesn't seem like it's too bad.
Yeah, it's not very busy today. I think we're in a little bit of a stretch here where we're just before the summer vacation crowds start to come in, and
Yeah.
so during the week, it's a pretty nice time to come out to the parks. The weekends are a little bit busier, but still not too bad.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm from Virginia, and schools are just about to end this week. I believe today's the last day. So I know other parts of the country, the schools are already out. So I'm
Yeah,
sure it's going to start to pick up pretty soon.
and yeah, I saw who was it? Patrick talking about so much shade. Yes, but it is almost like a artificial jungle here in this park, so that shade also kind of It acts as like a blanket, kind of trapping some of the heat. So Shannon's right. It is a very warm park.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more shade than the other parks for sure, you know.
Yes.
Whereas like in Epcot, you're just left, in the sun to bake, and the asphalt is
Right.
pretty hot.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to get out of the sun. That's for sure.
Chris, talking about there's two types of Disney fans, those who love Animal Kingdom and those that are wrong. So
I am with you, Chris. I love Animal Kingdom so much. I mean, I can't say that it's my favorite park just because I can't pick any favorite park, but I definitely love this park a lot. When's the last time you got out to Animal Kingdom, Paul?
Actually, I was in Disney World in February with my family, and we actually missed out on Animal Kingdom. So the
Oh
last
no.
time I was there was back a little bit before COVID.
Okay.
And part of the reason behind missing Animal Kingdom was um, at the time the parks were closing at 5 o'clock, and
Right.
with my kids, with no the Festival of Lion Kings, Finding Nemo, and
Right.
whatnot for my young kids, it was a little bit of a do we go and what do we do? So it was kind of a coin toss, and my kids decided they wanted to spend an extra day at Hollywood Studios, which is never a bad thing, right?
Right. No, I mean, you really can't go wrong with
Yeah.
any park you choose or whatever you choose to do on a given day at Walt Disney World. But yeah, that's unfortunate that you didn't get to come out to Animal Kingdom. But I guess you're going to be here pretty soon.
I will be. I'm actually going to be there in July. We're going to be participating in a social media blitz with Destinations of Travel. So I'll be joining with um, a ton of agents from Destinations of Travel, and we'll be storming the parks in July.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Keep an eye out for that social media blitz. We are going to be, I mean, bringing you every inch of Walt Disney World over the course of a couple of days. So
Yeah,
definitely looking
I'm
forward to
looking
that.
forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I still haven't told my kids, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. So it's going to be a solo trip for me, and I still haven't mentioned it to my kids. And I guess I have to come back with a lot of souvenirs and ask for forgiveness afterwards.
That's the best way to handle it. Definitely souvenirs in hand. That's going to lighten the blow.
Exactly.
And you mentioned when you were here in February not having Festival of the Lion King open. That has since reopened here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So that
Yeah.
show is in progress again.
Yeah, and they made some slight tweaks to it. So, and I'm looking forward to checking it out again. Just to get, it's one of my favorite shows. It's one of my favorite live entertainment shows, and um, we were really sad that they didn't have it back in February, but
Yeah,
definitely looking forward to it.
and I totally agree with you. I would say it's probably my favorite live show here in Walt Disney World. Oh, looks like we've got some characters coming by on one of the boats here. Let's get a look as they pass onto the bridge.
Nice. Who do we have coming?
Let's see. Oh, it looks like we got Miko and
Nico
Pocahontas.
and Pocahontas. Nice. Yeah, I definitely appreciate all these various little cavalcades throughout the parks, and they're definitely. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that they're here for a while because they're nice welcome.
Yeah. Walt Disney World has done a excuse me, fantastic job of adjusting on the fly and still creating ways for guests to see their favorite characters. And those little boat cavalcades here, you've seen some of the smaller cavalcades over in Magic Kingdom.
Hmm.
They've done a really good job. It's like these socially distanced meet and greets. It's been a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
yeah.
Just around the river bend. Well done, Patrick, and Stephen.
No, Pocahontas has been a staple since with the cavalcades here at Animal Kingdom, even during COVID. So.
Yeah, believe it or not, I think that actually might be my first time seeing her personally. I usually see Timon and Rafiki out
Uh-huh.
there, but yeah, I have seen that they have been featuring her lately. So we are obviously entering Pandora here. Now you mentioned Flight of Passage earlier. What has your experience been like in Pandora here, and what are some of your favorite parts?
Oh, every time we've come there, we love just hanging out there with the drummers that come out throughout the day. That's just a good break for us. Um, I'm a huge fan of Flight of Passage. I'll have to admit my kids are not. Um, and to tell a funny story, uh, the very first time we took my kids to Pandora several years ago when it first opened, when we were going through the queue and they were talking about hooking us up to an avatar, um, my oldest daughter kind of freaked out from that point on and was not a fan of it. But um, my whole family, we love the Navi River Journey. It's a nice, peaceful, dark ride that, again, get out of the heat in Animal Kingdom. So everything about Pandora we love, the details, the just the peaceful and the color and everything. It's pretty cool there.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I see Danielle commented Pandora is just gorgeous at night.
Oh, no
Definitely need
doubt.
to get over here and check out Pandora at night if you're here. I mean, it's tough right now. Animal Kingdom is only open until 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
So it's not, I mean, the sun's still up at that point. But as it gets, a little bit darker, at least, it's worth coming over here and checking out Pandora
yeah,
because it's beautiful.
yeah. Another favorite of mine is the Tule Canteen. That's one of my favorite quick services. So,
Yep.
always got to stop by to get those cheeseburger pods.
Oh, I always go for the beef bowl myself, but yeah, I love Satuli Canteen. That and Flame Tree Barbecue are my two of my favorite quick services in all of Walt Disney World for sure.
Really? Wow. Okay. And then Pongo Pongo has those lumpias that are really good as well. So
Yeah, I haven't
nice
actually
snack option.
tried those yet. That's on my list of things I need to get for sure.
Yeah, and it's definitely worth trying. It's a good snack option, and it's one of those favorites of my for my family as well.
So you mentioned Navi River Journey. It's a 45-minute wait right now. You can see the queue is extended out here a little bit, but 45 minutes is not bad. It's probably a little bit shorter than that as well. Uh, I I think so. There's a lot of negative responses to this attraction. I think because people compare it to Flight of Passage and are looking for some sort of exciting thrill ride. But I think this is a really beautiful attraction, and it's a lot of fun. I probably wouldn't wait 45 minutes, but I think a little bit shorter. I'd probably jump in that queue right now.
Exactly, exactly. That's I mean that's one of those things too. Is that with park hopping at 2 o'clock, I'm sure probably around the 1:30, 2 o'clock time when the transition's happening, the lines are a little bit shorter as well.
Yes. Yeah, that helps. You can also plan for, lunchtime, dinner time, stuff like that.
Hmm.
So there's always ways around it. And of course, you can always be sure to ask your agent for tips like that. For example,
Definitely.
Paul, there you go.
No, we love to help our clients, our guests, and provide those tips. And I mean that's just the thing. Anybody could book their own Disney trip, but it's the details, it's the amount, the level of service that you get from us, and we're more than happy to wait on the phone, be on the phone on hold for several hours at a time. For example, earlier this week with the Boo Bash tickets being released, we were on the phone for quite some time to get those tickets for our guests. So we love what we do. We love our guests, and you know, we'll continue to serve and provide great quality service.
Is it currently an 85-minute wait posted for Flight of Passage, which for this attraction is not that bad. It's usually
Not bad
longer
at
than
all.
that. And I saw Chris, there we go, asked, have I found that post-COVID closure, the actual wait times have been shorter than the posted wait times? And yes, I think
Yes.
so for sure. I mean, first, they're much shorter than what they look like. because the queues are much more extended out than they usually are. And second, they are still shorter than what they're usually posted at. I mean, that's typically the case, at least. So you don't really know for sure, but something to keep in mind. And overall, I would say wait times have just been shorter because of the limitations on park capacity. So 85 minutes for Flight of Passage is much shorter than you would see this time of year and this time of day.
For sure. And just from my experience back a few months ago, any given ride, I think it was a good 15 to 20 minute average, but there were some that it was closer to 5, 10 maybe, but on the average, I could say it was about 15 to 20 minute difference of posted time versus actual time.
A little bit of a crowd moving through here. I'm going to try and pass through to get over towards Africa. There we go.
So one little before as you're leaving, one little I guess tip that I just learned about. So the on top of the trees, on top of the floating islands, there are actually little birds there that are the actual so-called food. Um, they're like
of the
cocoons.
banshee.
Yeah, they're the banshee foods, and I just learned that recently, and I was like, oh, that's really cool that level of detail. Again, you miss out on these details as you're walking on the path and not looking up or left or right.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot to see. Not only, I mean, obviously throughout Animal Kingdom as a whole, but in Pandora for sure. Take your time, really enjoy the sights and the sounds. They did a great job with the sound design in Pandora.
Oh, for
Obviously,
sure.
you'll notice we're not hearing some background music right now. Instead, there are just sort of various like animal sounds and stuff kind of throughout, and they're done randomly. And so, I mean, you hear a very wide mix of sound throughout that land.
Most definitely.
Patrick says it looks like a normal park again. Yeah, things are definitely getting towards back towards normal at least.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier, I am noticing maybe because it's the heat and of the park at Animal Kingdom, but I'm noticing that more and more people are walking around without masks. So,
Yeah,
signs of normalcy kind of returning, I guess you can say.
yeah, it is. It is nice to see things trending in that direction. Again, face coverings are still required indoors. So whenever you head into a restaurant or a shop or a queue for an attraction or anything like that, you are required to put a face covering back on. But outside, there's no requirement.
I love this walk. This is one of those hidden treasures of Animal Kingdom. It seems like not a lot of people know about this path. It's a great, peaceful walk. It's beautiful, and I actually, this is one of my favorite parts of the park here.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think we are probably in the minority. I think people will probably call us crazy for saying just like this walkway is one of our favorite parts.
Yeah.
When everybody else is going to say Flight of Passage, Expedition Everest, stuff like that. And we obviously love those too. But, being the theme park nerds that we are, we're going to love these little details and these kind of well-themed areas so much.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We'll try to keep these little hidden secrets as much to ourselves as possible.
Yeah, Patrick is right. There are a lot of different trails. It's easy to get lost in Animal Kingdom. It is generally a circle around the outside, but there are paths and stuff, throughout the park. You can kind of just explore. That's always a lot of fun.
Exactly.
So, Paul, you are our resident running expert, I guess we'll call you. So, how many Run Disney events have you done, and did you have a personal favorite?
Well, So unfortunately, I haven't actually participated in an actual Run Disney at Walt Disney World. Um, I've done a lot of the virtuals. My love for running actually has been very short lived. I have not been an avid runner for a long time, but um, just working in the fitness industry and just I think really the last couple of years, I just started to enjoy running a lot more. And I was signed up for the Star Wars Rival Weekend uh, run a couple years back or last year, and it was canceled due to COVID. But ever since then, I've done a lot of the virtual runs. And speaking of which, I did sign up for this summer's virtual Run Disney event, which is Lion King themed, and it's rightly so since you're heading right into Lion King area.
Yeah.
We're actually as part of our social media event, we decided, hey, there was a bunch of us that have signed up for the virtual. Why not make it an unofficial official Run Disney event and just do one ourselves? So um, me, along with a couple of the agents, are going to be running one of our virtual runs come July, and we will wake up at the crack of dawn. Um, like we would at the Run Disney event. We're going to run around uh, um, Crescent Lake, um, around Beach Club, Yacht Club, Boardwalk, and then we're going to head over to um, Disney's Hollywood Studios and then loop back around, and that should give us our 5K, and then meet our requirement for the virtual run for this year. So,
Very
and
cool.
yeah, we're excited about it. We are dressing up in our Lion King gear. We will, showcase that as well. And so please join us live as we go for the run. We'll take you on the run around Crescent Lake. I'm sure it'll be beautiful, early in the morning, peaceful, and not too crowded. Hopefully.
Yeah, but by the way, those virtual runs absolutely count. You're still doing all the hard work. So uh,
Yeah, but I will say, I mean, just to answer your question again, my I did the princess one over the in February, and I did the entire all three races. So I ended up doing the half marathon, the 10K, and the 5K, which all in one weekend with quite a bit, but um, it was fun for sure.
very cool. So yeah, you pointed out that we are now over by the Festival of the Lion King, and you can see the queue extended out here. Now, this
Woo.
is one where, uh, because the show just came back, people are really excited about it. You will have to wait a little bit for this one. This is different than waiting for your normal attraction, obviously. It is a quote unquote stage show. I guess it's not really a stage, but yeah, so you are going to have to wait a little bit for this one. It's something to keep in mind. I also saw a comment before. There it is. Patrick pointed out Club 33. There is the Disney's Animal Kingdom Club 33 right over there. We unfortunately cannot get in there to show you that because we are not important enough. So I would love to get in there and show you, but that's not something that Disney allows. We got some more characters, though. We got somebody who can get into Club 33 right now. There's Mickey Mouse.
Yes. There we go.
And by the way, Paul, you have also been given the title of Captain America.
Oh,
So
by Chris. I
congrats
appreciate
on
it.
that.
I think the little backstory to that is that I do also have a Facebook group for Disney fans, and it's titled Dreamers Assemble, and it's based off of the Avengers, obviously with Captain America as the mascot, if you could say. But I just really thought about building a community where we can just have a bunch of Disney fans who love to talk Disney, you know, live Disney, breathe Disney, and then we just get together, assemble as a community, and just share all things Disney. So um,
Very cool.
yeah, I think that's where that might be coming from, but you know, I'm definitely not Captain America. I don't live up to those standards yet.
Well, it's kind of hard for anybody to, so that's okay.
Yeah, but I appreciate it though.
And I see, yeah, we got Destinations to Travel giving me my Marvel props there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am definitely a huge Marvel nerd, and I cannot wait to get out to California to check out Avengers Campus.
Oh, I saw that live that Robbie did um, last week, and I was just drooling the whole time. It was fabulous, and I'm
Now, was that?
originally from California actually, so I've lived out in the West Coast for a long time. And
Oh, awesome.
growing up, I mean Disneyland was home for the longest time, and then moving out to the East Coast, um, Disney World became my new home. But I will always forever be a Disneyland fan. So,
Very cool. Hard to ever, outgrow that home park
oh yeah,
feel of Disneyland for sure.
yeah. That's why I mean, even to this day, I think Disney Hollywood Studios is one of my favorite parks, but Magic Kingdom still holds a special place, and that's because I grew up with the original Disneyland, and so Magic Kingdom is really my favorite park. But Hollywood Studios is starting to grow on me.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, I've actually only been to Disneyland once, so I'm excited to get back out there. And I mean, Disneyland Park itself is a very different experience from Magic Kingdom. I mean, obviously the layout is very similar. You got Main Street USA leading down to the castle, but it's such a different feel, and it's like a very very magical feel as you walk in there.
Yeah. So, do you have a trip planned, or?
I do. I will actually be down there, or down there. Yeah, I can't really go down from here, but over in California next week to check out Avengers Campus. So I really can't wait.
Oh, nice, nice. Take me with you. That's actually perfect timing because starting in the 15th is when they're allowing non California residents. So it's perfect timing.
Yeah, exactly. And the day after that, June 16th, is Marvel Day, 616. The Earth, the continuity that exists in the Marvel Comics universe. For those of you who are not huge Marvel comic nerds like me, so yeah, June 16th is like we have May 4th for Star Wars. June 16th is that day for Marvel.
Yes. Wow. Now it makes me want to go out there again even more.
And yeah, I'll put this one up here on myself. Yep, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's a good one. And there's no shame to it. There's no shame in
Oh
that.
no, not at all. I am proud to consider myself a Marvel geek or nerd or whatever title you want to give me.
All right, so sidebar question: have you started to watch the Loki series?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, we won't give out any spoilers, but I just wanted to ask that question. Just wanted to see, make sure that you've watched. I delayed it and watched it last night for the first time, and yeah, it
Nice.
was it was mind blowing. So we'll just leave it at
Yeah,
that because I'm sure that there's a lot of people who haven't watched it yet, waiting for the weekend. But no spoilers here.
yeah, no, definitely won't spoil anything, but I will say you can check that out on Disney Plus right now. So uh, if you are a Disney Plus subscriber, that is available with new episodes every Wednesday. And if you're not a Disney Plus subscriber, what are you doing? Get Disney Plus.
Exactly.
This is one of my favorite details in Animal Kingdom. And actually, so much so that I mean, it was featured in the windbreaker for this park when they released that line of windbreakers. I guess a couple years ago at this point.
Hmm.
Um, so there's the Animal Kingdom one. There's what else did we have there? I think there was a Space Mountain one. I know there's a Skyliner one now at this point too. But yeah, so those are really cool. You can check out. You can check those out on Shop Disney or in any of uh, the main theme park shops. At least they have been there. I haven't looked for them in a while, but should still be available.
Yeah.
What
Steven's
is your?
asking what's our favorite Marvel movie. Huh.
That
Man,
is a great question.
that's a great question.
I
It's a tough question.
Yeah, I can say mine is Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Captain America series is really good.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's hard to not pick Avengers Endgame because that movie was just such an unbelievable experience. But
Mhm.
I think standing on its own, I would have to say The Winter Soldier.
Yeah. I was actually gonna go with the either Infinity War or Endgame. I think I like the
Mhm.
Endgame better than Infinity War just because the way it kind of left you hanging. Infinity War,
Right.
it just was. I mean, it was a weird feeling, but at the same time, yeah, I agree. I think the Captain America series are pretty hands down the top up there.
And I see Chris says Thor Ragnarok, followed by Doctor Strange. Ragnarok is also one of my favorites. Love that movie.
That movie was hilarious.
Patrick pointed out Animal Kingdom has so many.
So many
Yes,
walls to
it
take
definitely
pictures.
was,
Yep.
and I love that. I love that Taika Waititi is back to do the next Thor movie. So that's also going to be. Yeah, big. Who would have thought we'd be talking, Marvel talk at Animal Kingdom? Um, well, I mean, with me, the chances of that happening are always pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go back to Patrick's comments. Animal Kingdom has so many walls to take picture with. That's absolutely true. Oh, lost the visual there for a few seconds, but I think we're good now.
Yep. I lost you for a second, but I think you were back. So
Yeah. All right. I will move away from this location. Hopefully, we don't lose service at all. But yeah, this is just. It's hard to pick one, but if I had to say, I think this park is probably the most scenic, like visually impressive. The theming is unbelievable all throughout, and there are a lot of great photo spots for sure.
yeah, it seems to be a little bit of a bad spot here, but um, I think Mike, are you still there?
Yes, I will. I'm trying
Okay.
to get through here quickly, and hopefully the connection picks back up.
No problem. I was just about to start, just rambling, but the video has stopped a little bit. So, but I think we got you back, so that's good.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah, I mean, somebody just mentioned about the Lion Festival of Lion King. Again, we were talking about that earlier, and that's one of my favorites, and I'm glad that they brought it back. And um, it's just one of those things that it's a must do every time we visit.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite shows. I see Patrick pointing out the bird show is so much fun. I actually haven't seen that since it became Up a Great Bird Adventure and has like somewhat theming to that fan favorite Pixar movie. So I have to get over there and see that whenever I get a chance to. I had to see Chris is now craving Flame Tree Barbecue, and I am always craving Flame Tree Barbecue. So I'm with you there.
Yeah, same here. I don't know what to do in July because, I mean, between Flame Tree, Satuli Canteen, and Nomad Lounge, I'm not sure if I don't know what to do there. So I might have to stop by each place and grab a little bit. I might be on a bench somewhere so full.
Which is always fair. I mean, there's so many great food options in these parks that when you're on vacation, eat a little bit more. It's fine.
Yeah, and then you could also get the Dole Whip with rum here as well. So,
Oh yeah,
that's that
absolutely.
added treat.
It's funny that you mentioned deciding between so many different food options. It's almost like we could really use maybe a YouTube series to help with those sorts of decisions. So
Oh,
maybe
yes.
just dropping a little hint there for the future.
And I will say, I'm just going to throw this in there. My all-time favorite burger at Walt Disney World is at the Yak and Yeti restaurant, actually. The Kobe beef
I
burger is my all-time favorite. So that's
Yeah,
another
I have
option.
been I've been told that before, and I haven't gotten there myself to try it, but it is definitely very high on my list. I absolutely need to try that.
And to answer Patrick's question, actually, I do not, for various reasons, but um, part of my diet actually is more I'm more of a on a low carb diet, but Walt Disney World is a little bit different, so I'll be preparing for heavy carb load during my trip in July.
Good to know. I am usually on an only carb diet, but sometimes I try to work around that.
Well, I mean, at Walt Disney World, it's everywhere you turn is carbs, so you can't really
Right.
say no to it. But you know, it's very doable to live on a low carb diet at Walt Disney World, but it's very hard at the same time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it comes down to trying to resist some of the. I mean, who can say no to a Mickey pretzel, right?
Exactly.
By the way, we saw a 30-minute wait for Kali River Rapids. And then
Which
just
is
some of
not
the.
bad. Which is not
No, it is
bad for
not at
this
all, and
time.
it's a hot day too. So water attractions usually pick up some long waits. But I wanted to point out some of the really cool detailing around here. These are signs that I actually really have never really paid any attention to. But I mean, obviously you have the Maharaja Jungle Trek here, and then we have Kali River Rapids. But then there's just a lot of other, details, pointing towards some of the other stuff throughout this land or this area of the park here.
Oh yeah.
And then even just this little like kiosk shop over here. Look at the detailing on this. I mean, they really didn't ignore any little detail throughout this park.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I see Randy says got on Everest in under 15 minutes. That's awesome. We'll be making our way over there pretty soon to see what the wait time looks like now.
Oh, last week. So 15 minutes on last week, that's actually excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, like we said, the wait times have been a little bit lower than what we would normally see this time of year. So it's been pretty nice. Unpopular opinion, not a fan of Kali River Rapids. Just too short to justify the wait. That's fair. I actually haven't ridden Kali River Rapids in years. And that's more just because of the nature of it being a water ride and not wanting to get wet when I'm at the parks. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've ridden it. So I'm going to have to do that pretty soon.
Yeah, that ride definitely is a soaker. So you either have to change of clothes or bring a poncho or something. But yeah, it's hard to justify sometimes to get that soaked and have to walk around. But in the heat, you dry up quick. So
Yeah, exactly. Now here is the end of the line for Kali River Rapids. So again, only a 30-minute wait, not bad at all, but it looks a lot longer because they are, limiting the amount of indoor queue and stuff like that. So it is. Oh, look at that! Just happened to catch this guy swinging around up there. Patrick points out I don't hear the monkeys. I didn't hear them either. I didn't even see them until just now, so I didn't think they were out. But yeah, usually they are very vocal and you can hear them around the park. Here's a nice view of Expedition Everest.
there she is. Yeah.
Across the lagoon here. I love this view. This is actually when they were doing Rivers of Light here. This is actually where I would come to watch it usually, just because you can avoid the crowds of the actual seats, the theater over there, and just kind of watch that show from anywhere. Of course, I don't know that show will be coming back, so we don't know what it'll be like whenever they do have a nighttime show again. But if they bring something back like that, just sort of a pro tip, you can kind of enjoy it from over here as well.
And just across, I believe that's actually where you're standing. Is that where the zoom shot is, or is it right across?
So you actually get that shot across
Right
over in
okay, yeah, that's right.
And then they take the shot from over here. I'm not sure where the camera is, but it is a really cool magic shot that they. So you get the picture. You're standing over there, and it starts all the way out here. So you see everything. You see Everest and the whole theater and everything, and then it kind of zooms in on you over there. So they do a really good job with the Disney PhotoPass and the different offerings they have.
Oh yeah, those are really cool. I like the one at Galaxy's Edge.
I was just going to say, I know they have quite a few of them over in Galaxy's Edge that you can experience. So that's something to check out for sure.
Hey, that's a fun fact, Chris.
Expedition Everest actually doesn't take place on Everest, but rather the Forbidden Mountain, which is supposed to be next to Everest. Oh, look at that. Okay. I knew they would refer to it as the Forbidden Mountain, but I always just assumed that was the same thing as Everest. Oh, they have you look at that sculpture right there. Okay. So for
So
that,
maybe, yeah, that makes sense.
another really awesome detail here that people will always end up walking past. Um, I mean, just again, and I've mentioned this before in previous videos from Animal Kingdom that Joe Rohde, the Imagineer who really took the lead on Animal Kingdom, um, he has a series up on YouTube that you can check out. I want to say it is the Roadie Less Traveled or something along those lines, where he just kind of goes through and talks about all the details of this park. And I mean, there was one episode dedicated just to windows. So that's that's the level of detail that is in this park. And it's a fascinating watch.
Yeah, I love the documentaries on Animal Kingdom. I mean, there's so much to learn, so much as you're going through it, you just realize, the amount of effort and the details that go into this park.
Yeah, that's Chris's comment there. It's a shame that the Imagineers put so much work into these details that most people don't even notice. I think of that all the time. Just the amount of work that has been put into this park and all of the parks really. That for things that people don't even notice, but it adds that extra level for those of us who are here all the time and looking around constantly.
Yeah, we were just talking about that in the beginning. Is that especially for families with kids, you're just so focused on the path of where to go next. You don't look up, you don't look to the left or right, and you miss out on so much. And um, this past trip in February, I had my nephew with me, and I actually spent a little time just kind of going over some of the details, and he was so fascinated and just blown away that Disney would go into that much detail.
Yeah, I see that Randy points out Roadie Less Traveled is on Disney Plus, so you can check that out there. Expedition Everest currently posted at a 20-minute wait, and again, obviously looks a
Oh,
lot longer than that. But 20 minutes for this attraction, that's great. I mean, that's something you don't usually pass up.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
and again, you can see the end of the queue out here, but it's not actually ending here. It's just sort of where they're starting the extended queue. And going back to talking about like the documentaries and stuff on the parks and how many resources there are to learn, there is another series coming out to Disney Plus pretty soon. And the name I'm blanking on right now, Behind the Attraction. So they're going to do a series of, I want to say 10 episodes, each one focused on a different Disney attraction.
Yes,
And I
I'm looking forward to
cannot
that
wait.
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's going
one
to
looks
be
so exciting.
definitely a lot of fun. The Imagineering story on Disney Plus was fantastic, so I can't imagine this won't be as well. Um, there's going to be an episode dedicated to Haunted Mansion, to It's a Small World, to the castles, which should be a lot of fun,
Yes.
and things like Tower of Terror. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure.
No, I agree. That's one of the series I'm looking forward to the most.
Oh, and I mentioned earlier I kept seeing Timon and Rafiki, and here they come right now. Randy points out that wait for Everest is probably more like 10 minutes. And yeah, Chris has a point as well. The shorter wait times are connected to the lack of fast pass, so that definitely makes a difference.
Nice.
There's another good look at Everest over here, or I guess the Forbidden Mountain.
It's a great view.
Yeah, I love. This is one of my favorite photo spots for sure.
I agree with Chris as well. After going to Disneyland and experiencing Max Pass, um, I thought that would be the future for Walt Disney World.
Yeah, Max Pass is definitely fantastic. I highly recommend if you're going to check out Disneyland. Although I guess they're not using that right now. So,
Yeah.
but whenever that does come back, if it does come back, I agree with you. I think that could be the future of Fast Pass. If they bring Fast Pass back at all, I guess we'll see.
As long as it's not the price is not too outrageous, I guess. But you're still gonna have those
Right.
people who are gonna pay for it. But you know, we don't need an excuse to be overcharged for it. But you know,
Right. Right.
yeah, this is also you know, again, as I mentioned earlier, as you're walking by, my kids love the Finding Nemo show here. It's also a great spot to get out of the heat and enjoy
Yes.
the AC for a while. And for some who'd like to take a quick power nap.
Yeah, you always need attractions like that to just kind of get you out of the heat for a while. And I have heard that the Finding Nemo musical is fantastic. I actually haven't seen it. That is the one attraction that I haven't really experienced that I feel like I need to. And of course, it hasn't been open for more than a year now. So
Yeah.
I'm itching for them to reopen that show. I can't wait to get back in there or to get in there for the first time and check it out.
Yeah, I hope they bring it back. I mean, with Festival of Lion King returning, I could see it coming soon. Hopefully, fingers crossed, right?
Yeah, absolutely. My kid would spend a solid hour digging around in Dino Land, Chris says. I love Dino Land. I know Dino-Rama is not the most popular area of the park, but I love it. I love the side of the road fair festival kind of uh, vibe that they went for here, and I
Yeah,
think
my
it's just a
kids
lot of
love
fun.
this area. You know, yeah, we have to ride Triceratops spins several times and spend about an hour or so with the carnival games and go from there. But you know, it's
Now,
always a
were they upset by the closure of Primeval Whirl?
actually, my kids were not tall enough
Oh,
to
okay.
to ride it, so they didn't really miss out on it.
All right, good. Well, you dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah, because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Primate World was like a 52-inch
That's a
height
good question.
requirement. It was either 48 or 50. If it's 48, well, anyways, the last time we were there, my oldest was not tall enough, and she was
Okay.
just short by like half an inch or so, and I believe it was 52 inches.
I mean, it is a roller coaster ride, so that would make sense.
Yeah, it's one of two with the 52-inch height requirement, so I believe it's 52.
But they do still have the attraction here. It's just not operating. I just like I said, I love the colors and the design of this whole area over here. It looks like the Chester and Hester over here have gotten a paint job recently. They're looking particularly vibrant.
Nice.
Now let me make my way out of Dino-Rama before Jimmy Buffett gets us a copyright issue here.
Ainsley, slow down.
I'm going to turn the corner over here and go check it with the wait time on what might be still my favorite attraction in this park, and that's Dinosaur. Dinosaur is one that I wish we could take you guys on and enjoy all together. But one, it would just be too dark, and two, I'm sure we would lose service, and you really wouldn't see much.
Yeah. I was just talking to somebody about this who hasn't been to Walt Disney World but frequents Disneyland, and with the Indiana Jones ride there, I told him it's the same ride vehicle. Just one is Indiana Jones, the other is Dinosaur. So if you like it there, I'm sure you'll like Dinosaur here. So
Yeah, so I have to ask you now, what's your preference? Do you prefer Dinosaur or Indiana Jones?
I actually, I I'm particular to Indiana Jones, actually. I
Yeah.
personally am not a huge fan of the dinosaur, but it's still fun. But I'm a little particular to Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I love Dinosaur. Like I said, it's probably still my favorite ride in this park, and I would still prefer Indiana Jones. That's just gives you an idea of how good that Indiana Jones adventure
Hmm.
attraction over in Disneyland is. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite attractions anywhere for sure.
No, I agree with Chris. It's an underrated ride, for sure. Yeah.
Yep, currently a 25-minute wait, and that's with them using part of this outdoor queue, which you never see them use.
Right.
So again, looks a lot longer than it is because posted at just 25 minutes. Now,
Actually, for midday, the wait times aren't that bad.
no, they're
So
really not. It's not too busy here today. I will say I have never been a fan of the dinosaur movie, but that really doesn't play too much of a role in the attraction itself. So you don't have to worry about that.
well,
Indie Ride
Chris
needs
is
to come to Hollywood Studios. Yes.
yeah. I think they need to add it, but not take away from the stage show either.
Yeah, that would be great if they have. I don't know how much space they have to work with over in there in that park, given all the space that Star Wars is taking up these days. But yeah, that would be really really cool. It would be interesting to see if Disney would be willing to put a carbon copy of a ride within Walt Disney World, given that dinosaur is here at
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, Patrick was there at Walt Disney World a little while ago, and then he was sharing some best kept secrets of drinks at restaurant Sora. So I agree. I mean, it's one of those like hidden secrets, hidden gems that not many people know about, but they do have
Best
great drinks there.
best drinks. That is interesting. That's I have to check that out now. You can see the sign here: cocktails, wine, beer, and light bites. That's very interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that in the future for sure. I do have to acknowledge Rob's comment here. It alters the homing beacon, and that's not good. For those dinosaur fans out there that get that one.
I gotta see what time. Like three
Yeah,
things.
Patrick, what did you share with us on your trip? I remember you shared it about it, and I forgot what drink it was, and it looked really good.
Here is a look at the menu for Restaurantosaurus, which now has a sign up that says "Home of the Impossible Burger," so that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
And you can see your typical theme park fare for the most part. You got your cheeseburger, your chicken nuggets, but also breaded shrimp, Cobb salad. We don't have a drink menu out here, unfortunately, but I'm going to have to look into that. Fossil fuel is what Patrick says the drink was. Let's see if our friend, the American crocodile, is out here. Usually tucked away in the corner over here. Can't see right now.
That bench we were sitting at, there was a black snack behind it, Walter.
Patrick says the drink is exclusive to the lounge. So that's good to know. If you're going to Restaurantosaurus for drinks, you don't want to go to the main restaurant. You want to go around to the lounge.
It's a good tip.
That's I appreciate that, Patrick, because I probably would have gone into the restaurant and told somebody I want the fossil fuel, and they would have just looked at me funny. Stephen, I thought I was going to say American alligator, but the sign says crocodile, which was surprising.
Earlier I was looking at the menu for Flame Tree just because I wanted to get my head in the game, but I noticed that the menu changed slightly. Are you aware of the change in the menu?
That is a good question. I don't know how
Because
recently they've changed the menu.
I didn't see their platter that they usually have.
Interesting. That I know that's one of the popular options too. So I wonder if
Hmm.
they've given some sort of replacement option for that. I always go for the pulled pork mac and cheese. So as long as that's still there,
Oh yes, I saw that. That was on there. That was my when I saw the menu, I looked at it and I said, that would be my go-to right now.
yeah, yeah, that's definitely a personal favorite for sure. But I am going to make my way back up to the front, get a view of the Tree of Life uh, to wrap up our video over there. Here is Flame Tree, by the way. You can see a little bit of a crowd building out in front. It is lunchtime, so popular restaurants like this are going to get a little bit busier. But as we pointed out in previous videos, there's plenty of seating back behind Flame Tree, and it's one of my favorite areas of the park. It is absolutely beautiful back there.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
We have a 15-minute posted wait time for It's Tough to Be a Bug, which is more or less just waiting for the next show to end so that you can get in.
And there's no one in line.
Yeah. I have not done It's Tough to Be a Bug in quite a while, so. What about you? Is that one of your go-to attractions for the kids?
Well, it's another one and done type things for
Yeah.
my kids. I think they were a little bit freaked out when
Yeah.
the bugs were crawling.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, there's quite a few things that I want them to try again later on. But they were much younger last time we were there, so it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, Patrick points out that It's Tough to Be a Bug has been removed from Disney California Adventure. That made way for Avengers Campus now.
Well,
So
you
a
can't
bug
complain
sign.
about that either, but
Right.
it's a give or take, and then at this moment, probably take Avengers Campus any day.
Yeah. I know there are some people out there who miss a Bugs Land, and that's fine. That's fair, but I
Mhm.
think I think we'd have to say we got an upgrade there.
For sure.
All right, so we're going to wrap up our video here today. Paul, thank you so much for joining me on this walk around Animal Kingdom.
Thanks for letting me tag along. It was fun. I'm glad that I got a chance to walk around with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you can get in touch with Paul. You can get his email address up on the screen there to help you plan your next Walt Disney World vacation.
Yeah, and follow along with us as we go on our social media blitz in July. Like I said, I will be particularly going on the virtual Run Disney around Crescent Lake, along with a couple other agents. So follow along with us on that. It'll be fun.
Yeah, and keep an eye on our social channels leading up to that as well. As we're trying to give everyone a chance to get to meet all the agents and everything. Paul, have you been able to share your stories, your Disney side yet on our socials?
I have not. My mine hasn't come up yet, but mine is really just focused on the kids. Just seeing Disney World through the eyes of the kids, and I mentioned that we are a rope drop to firework type family, and believe it or not, even though my kids are young, they have a lot of energy, especially at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one for sure. So keep an eye out for that. You can get to meet all of our agents as we get ready for the social media blitz in July. Of course, if you have any questions, you can head over to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com, or email Paul and he can help you out as well.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day. We'll see you real soon.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.